big time, pal!
On the main streets of Gadgetzan.
Now who's got the upper hand?
Hello, this is AmigoGP, and before I start the car review, I want to introduce you to a new minigame that I have come up with. Would you rather? You know the game? You choose one of two answers and say why did you choose that answer, and to start it off, the question for today is, would you rather get beaten by the refreshment vendor for not paying for the funnel cake?
Pay up!
Or being stalked by the undercity huckster for not buying a funnel cake?
Buy one!
Please leave a comment from your answer and why did you chose that answer. And if you want to see part 1 and 2 of the car review, here are the links down below. And down below is the subscribe button if you want to see my videos early. Okay, so last week we had the Cabal reveal. So they are the dealers of Gadgetzan and they are addicted to the red mana that they are making potions with it, and their archetype is a kind of a Reno style deck. That is a deck without duplicates for a powerful effect, just like Kazakus. And we have a card, Kabal Chemist, add a random potion to your hand. Many people get confused, what is a potion? Well, it's the cards from the Mage, Priest and Warlock set that they get in this expansion, just like Dragonfire Potion. Yes, even Mage and Warlock can get their hands on this powerful potion for board clear. Speaking of potions, for Warlock we have a Hellfire Potion, 6 mana, deals 6 damage to all characters. So this is very good in a Reno Warlock deck or any kind of Warlock that struggles with board clear. It's very good for getting rid of the big minions that Shaman, Druid or Paladin will dish at you. The next card is Blood Fury Potion. Give a minion free attack, or if it's a demon, give it free health also. So I see this card not very good, but it's still good in a situation like when you need a finishing move to give another minion free attack to kill your opponent, or give a minion free attack to kill his taunt or a big threat. I think this card will be very good in Zoo or even with Kabal Chemist if you need a finishing move. The next card for Warlock is Abyssal Enforcer, 7 mana 6/6 battle cry, deal 3 damage to all characters. So another board clear for Warlock, and it's just a Hellfire with a body attached to it. It's very good, it's very situational, but it has its use. It's not a very useless card because in Reno you need a copy of each card, and every Reno deck struggles with board clears, and I see Abyssal Enforcer as one of the cards in a Reno Warlock deck, or I may be surprised and the new Demon Warlock deck or Handlock will return with this card. And the last card for Warlock is Sea Devil Stinger, a Murloc for 4 mana 4/2 battle cry. The next Murloc you summon costs health instead of mana. So this card is very powerful because you don't spend mana, you spend your health, and it's a Murloc. So in the beta of Hearthstone there was a Warlock Murloc deck, so maybe Warlock Murloc deck will return. The only powerful combos with this card is Murloc War Leader or Cold Light Seer, because the other cards are just, I don't know, not very powerful enough for this effect. Like you pay 2 health for a Charger, or 1 mana or 2 mana for another Murloc that buffs itself when you summon other Murlocs. I don't know. And with the Cold Seer you buff your Sea Devil Stinger, so you don't lose him very fast. For Mage we have Volcanic Potion, deal 2 damage to all minions. So another board clear and a potion that Kabal Chemist can give you. So the Cabals are very heavy in board clears. so the aggro meta maybe will slow down, but it's still a very good card for mage. And Arcane Blast is kind of not useful now. The next card is a secret Potion of Polymorph. After your opponent summons a creature, transform it into a 1/1 sheep. So it's just like mirror image, but instead of giving you a copy of the minion becomes a sheep. So I'm very curious, if you put mirror entity and Potion of Polymorph, do you get a 1/1 sheep or the minion and then sheep? It's very interesting, but it's very predictable, just like mirror image, and your opponent may summon a small minion and then the big one. But it's still a very good card to have in your deck. Speaking of secrets, here comes Kabal 1 mana, 2/1, Battle Cry. The next secret you play this turn costs 0, so it's time for mage to be a secret deck. So this is very good, it gives you tempo and it's very easy to get a secret, but mages have very interesting secrets and not very powerful enough. Don't get me wrong, they have good secrets but not very useful enough, because duplicate is in wild, you have effigy, but why do you play effigy with Kabal? Because you get a 1-drop, or pardon, a 2-drop. You need, I don't know, counterspell maybe, ice block, something, or something useful. But it's still a very good card, nonetheless. The next one is Cabal Crystal Runner, 6 mana, 5/5, cost 2 less for every secret you play this game. So it's a thing from below, but it costs 2 less for every secret you play this game. But it's not that very powerful like thing from below, because shaman have the hero power to summon a totem, but the mage has only secrets that he must play, so you only get from Babbling Book or Catalyst Tome or Ethereal Conjurer. But it's still a very powerful card, but not very OP, just like the thing from below. And the legendary, ladies and gentlemen, I present you Ink Master Salia, 7 mana, 5/5. If you have no duplicates in your deck, the next spell you use costs 0. This is very powerful in a Reno deck. You can even combo it with Kazakhist 10 mana spell to get it early, or a Pyroblast, or any other spell. It reads like use a spell and summon a 5/5 minion. It's very good in mage, but I don't see any archetype except for Reno mages, but it's still a very interesting and powerful card. For priest we have mana Geodude, 2 mana, 2/3. When this is healed, summon a 2/2 minion. Doesn't this card remember you of a Pokemon Geodude? Yes, this is a mini Geodude for Hearthstone, and it's a 2-drop for priest, a very good one indeed. But I don't know if you need to heal it up to get value out of it, and priest has the tools to get a lot of heal, but it's still a very good 2-drop nonetheless. The next one is the legendary one for priest, and it's a very viable one indeed, Raza the Chained, 5 mana, 5/5. If you have no duplicates in your deck, your hero power costs 0 this game, not this turn, this game. Priest always lacks in consistency, and they don't have just like warrior armor up for more health, but they can now heal themselves for free and do not lose a lot of tempo, and they can use their combos very early. And with Arcanite Priest, it's just insane with the new hero power that is 0. It's just insane. Just imagine Shadow Form, deal 2 mana for 0, or if you buff it up with Justicar, heal 4 for 0. It's just a very good card nonetheless for priest, and priest really needs some love in this expansion, and they won't be very OP, but it's still a very balanced card. The next cards is a trio. Leader clad Hog Leader, 6 mana 6/6. If your opponent has 6 or more cards, gain charge. Spiked Hog Leader, 5 mana 5/5. If your opponent has a taunt, gain charge. Or Tanaris Hog Chopper, 4 mana 4/4. If your opponent has no cards, gain charge. So this is the answer for the charge mechanic for Blizzard for not making it OP. But Tanaris Hog Chopper would not see play in Standard, because when does your opponent have 0 cards? Even if it's an aggro deck, you need a taunt, not a charge minion. Leather-clawed Hog Leader maybe in a Reno deck. Maybe if you're facing a Reno deck, it can be viable. But Spike Hog Rider is very viable if the opponent has taunts, and let's just face it, every deck has at least one taunt minion. But these are very interesting cards, and this is the answer for the charge mechanic for balancing it by Blizzard. The next card is a minion that got corrupted by the crystals. Toxic Sewer Ooze, 3 mana 4/3, Battle Cry, reduce 1 durability of your opponent's weapon. So this is great in stats, but it doesn't have a very good effect. The only weapon that you can eliminate with this card is Gorehowl, or the weapon if it was used enough to have only 1 more durability. But it's still very good in Arena. It will find its place maybe in Standard, who knows, maybe Weapon Warrior or Rogue Warrior or other weapons will show up in this expansion. The next card is Blackstreet Leopard, 3 mana 3/1, Death Rattle, deal 2 damage to the enemy hero. So this is the black sheep of the family. It's the big brother of Leperno. It's different from Wolf Rider because it's a 3/1 with charge, and this one is Death Rattle, deal 2 damage. It's still very good in Arena maybe if you draft it, but in Standard it doesn't have its place, sadly. The next one is Bomb Squad, 5 mana 2/2, Battle Cry, deal 5 damage to an enemy minion, so you can select the minion, and Death Rattle, deal 5 damage to your hero. But it's a very good card if in a situation you kill Sylvanas and the enemy gets this minion, and then the enemy takes 5 damage for the minion's death. In other situations, I don't know, in Nazov deck you should not play this, but the Sylvanas situation is very useful. Maybe you guys can tell me other situations. And the last card is Burghley Bully, a Trog that is 5 mana 4/6. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, gain a coin. So it should say Death Rattle give you a coin, because you always will get a coin if the opponent uses a spell to kill this minion, and it's a 4 attack, so Priest will have a hard time killing this minion very fast. But it's still a very good card. Maybe it will find a place in Rogue, maybe Miracle Rogue, or in other decks that need coins. So with that said, this ends the first part of the review, and the next week we will have the Jade Lotus, and I cannot wait for those guys because that's my favorite faction. So until then guys, don't forget to have fun, and always believe that you can do anything in this life. Goodbye.